It's been almost 3 months since a special prosecutor called a grand jury to review the investigation of the deadly shooting of Dre'Jon Reed by Indianapolis police officers. Tonight, we've learned the grand jury is expected to announce a decision sometime this week. Downtown Indy Inc. warned businesses about the announcement today, saying they may wish to take measures to secure their property due to a possible unrest as a result of the announcement. Businesses already started boarding up last week, concerned about protests following the election. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lindsay Eaton. Reed was shot and killed back in May after leading police on a chase streamed on Facebook Live. IMPD says Reed shot at police, but his family's legal team denies that. Fox 59's Darius Johnson has more tonight on the looming decision from the grand jury.
It's a confidential process that we are continuously seeing replay across our country in cases where police have fired fatal shots. Calls for a grand jury.
It's designed to provide ability for an arm's length transaction by the citizens to review and make a determination of who they think should be charged with an offense.
Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill explains the purpose of a grand jury: 6 community members with no background in law who decide whether to indict after a case and the facts are presented. The grand jury then decides true bill, meaning they want to indict someone, or no bill, meaning no action. The prosecutor serves as their legal counsel throughout the process.
So the job is to provide as much information as you possibly can to the grand jury to allow them to make the decision, and also to instruct them as to the law.
Even going as far as laying out a list of potential charges. However, the grand jury has no responsibility to prove the offenses, but the prosecutor and judge are required to move forward without question.
Keep in mind that they have no responsibility for proving the offense or participating in the trial. So the prosecutor is left with the responsibility, whatever the grand jury gives, of moving forward in that case.
In September, protests erupted in Louisville surrounding the results of a grand jury decision in the case of Breonna Taylor, when no officers were charged in her killing. Not only because of the decision, but the secrecy leading up to it and after, but it's for a reason.
The secretive nature of that purpose is designed to protect the interest of the jurors, but also to protect the interest of innocent people whose information is being presented to the grand jury.
As the decision of Dre'Jon Reed looms, some wonder if the unrest in May will repeat itself, so businesses have already prepared. Hill says regardless of the outcome, people will be upset.
Sometimes you don't get the result that you would like. In fact, that's typically what these things are all about. People will say, well, we want justice. No, you want what you want. You want a result that satisfies you. And sometimes in justice, the result is not satisfying. And that's what we're up against.
Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Darius Johnson.
Now, we did reach out to the attorney representing the Reed family about the potential decision. They sent us a statement that reads in part, "We are hopeful the grand jury will see through the lies of IMPD, listen to the truth from eyewitnesses, and lead the way to justice with a decision to indict."